Up at your boy Mike Tag, man. You see him traveling around, man, out of the cave, getting some stuff done, getting ready, do a little work, and then get through this week and head down to AT&T, hang with Cowboys Nation. I had this game circled. I'd never been to a Giants game, so Giants Cowboys game. So one Giants will be pretty good, and boy, was I made a bad choice, but the trip's already booked, the flight's done, everything's done, so I ain't turning back. So if we got to go down there and watch them slap them around a little bit, then it is what it is. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But first of all, just want to thank everybody. We goal over 2,000 subscribers is definitely to the thanks of all you guys tuning in, supporting the channel, supporting all the different shows. We try and give you a variety, give you some Cowboys. Of course, your boy's going to bring you the Cowboys. And then obviously we got the fantasy football. And then Monday with Jimmy D and I, we kind of get a little Cowboys, get a little Falcons, get a little everything in the NFL, give you a taste of everything. So definitely, if you're new to the channel, appreciate you guys subscribing. If you're checking it out and you're thinking, should I subscribe? Man, hit that subscribe and alert. Give us some time. Give us a shot. Kelly K9 is going to be on tonight with MC. It's going to be old school. Take it back in time a little bit. So they're going to have some fun talking Cowboys. So it's going to be really good. So got a good week. Good week ahead. Excuse me 1 second. This morning voice gets you. Sorry about that. So don't want to cough on the mic, but hey, again, looking back, obviously, talking about the Philly game, we touched on a lot Monday. They'll probably touch on a little bit tonight. Not really gonna dwell on it. It was is a game I think the Cowboys obviously should have won. I think they outplayed them. I left feeling better than I felt after any other game. So we're going to see how these next games roll out for both teams. And December 10th, your boy's going to be there, and you better believe I think the division's going to be on the line on Sunday night. So we'll see what happens. But, looking at the Cowboys, this is kind of, I don't want to say, cupcakes. I don't want to say this is where they kind of get everything right and work through the kinks. But, I mean, they're playing a Giants team that is down to, probably going to be down to their third string quarterback, DeVito. They don't have Waller, don't have a lot of weapons. They're reeling. So this is a game the Cowboys should absolutely destroy them. That being said, is you always get a little worried, man. Whenever I see that line come out, Cowboys favored by 17 points, I'm like, oh boy, here we go. Here we go. This is going to be one of them games that it's going to get uglier than it is, but I just don't see it. But the Cowboys should be able to handle business pretty easily against the Giants. And then obviously after that, they've, the schedule of the Panthers, Washington, Seattle, Thursday night in Dallas. That's a pivotal game. And Seattle's going to be funky because I think Seattle is going to play a lot of the role in deciding the NFC East. We get Seattle at home. Philly's got Seattle on the road. That's going to be a conference game, so it's going to be pretty interesting. But if you look at the Eagles' next 3 games after they come off their bye, not in any order, but you've got the Bills, you've got the Niners, and you've got the Chiefs. That's a pretty tough stretch that they got. And then, of course, coming back to AT&T, which again, I'm fully confident that we're gonna smoke them. But looking at these games and looking at the Giants, what is areas that you want to see? Let me know. But the one I'm still just I just get so concerned about. Maybe it's just my nature, but it's the running game. And again, I'll say it for the 1,000th time. It's nothing against Pollard. I think Pollard's a tremendous back, and I think he's a big part of this offense. But I don't know if he's being utilized and what makes him great. What makes him special is being that change of pace back, that guy that can get outside and burn it. I see him, in between the tackles, getting beat up, getting banged, and that's not what you want from him. That's not his best. That's not the best use of his skill set. Rico, maybe get Rico a few more carries in between the tackles to see what he can do. He had a nice run. Phantom hold call kind of brought that back, but then you never saw him again. So I think these games is where the Cowboys got to get their identity of running the ball, get their confidence of running the ball, because they never run the ball fairly easy. Panthers shouldn't be too much. Washington traded their 2 best defensive linemen, or 2 of their 2 best defensive linemen away. So, they've kind of packed it in a little bit. So these next 3 games, I want to see what this running game does, because I'm just telling you, we get You better be able to run the ball. You better be able to run the ball effectively, and it's something that I still got to see. Offensive line, you saw, Tyron, stays healthy. Of course, he's going to be fine. Everything's looking better on the line each week, except one spot, and that's our man Terrence Steele. And I know he's coming off an injury. I know that takes time, but my God, I mean, you got to at least touch a guy. I mean, he has gotten annihilated in two of the big games for the Cowboys, the Niners and the Eagles. He's been dominated. And if that's going to continue, they got to either get him some help on that side. Just the trouble is, I don't know if we have the best pass protection running backs that we want to use all the time. So we're kind of in a weird spot. And hopefully, the injury he gets better and better and better as the season goes on, and we see some improvements. But right now, got me a little worried on that side. But that's something that Dak's going to have to know. Dak's going to have, hey, it's not my blind side, but that side, I don't have much time. I can't hope that he's going to hold that block for that couple seconds to get us going. I mean, they were going in untouched on him, so definitely got to get that going. But I just think this Giants game is an opportunity for the Cowboys kind of get things rolling. The offense has been doing very well. The passing game has been fine. I mean, you saw we signed Martavius Bryant. We'll see. I mean, could he help us? If he can help us, man, I'm all for it. He's a big guy, 6'4", hasn't played meaningful. I've heard XFL. I've heard you. I hadn't seen him play in any of those things. I seen him, signed with the teams, and then he got suspended for not showing up. And I mean, he's had some demons and things like that. So I wish him the best. And if he can help this Cowboys team win, then I'm all for it. I just want us to win, and he could be a red zone target. He's 6'4", big body. He had some speed. Still, see if he's got that speed. Expect him to come in here and just start lining up. I wouldn't expect to see him for a while, just to kind of get back into football shape. So it's going to be interesting to see how that kind of works itself out. But I'm good with the receivers. I just wish maybe we'd use some of them a little bit more. Like Brandon Cooks just doesn't seem to be getting utilized the way he is. Gallup. I think the fans are kind of getting a little sour on Gallup. I think it kind of gave him last year as a pass. Now you're looking at this year and you're expecting to see that leap. And he's made some key catches, but he's made some key drops. And the consistency that's where the problem is. Tolbert, given the opportunity, he's played. I mean, he had a couple critical catches in the game against the Eagles. So there's definitely some things going on with the receiving core. I've got full confidence in that part of the game. Dak was phenomenal. Played probably one of his best games of his career in a losing effort. There was a couple plays, obviously, you'd love to have back. I mean, you don't want to take a sack there. Obviously, the guy was coming in unblocked, but you throw it out of the end zone, live to keep the down there, keep the down a distance there, not backing up, not draining the clock, things like that. So, just some of those it's the little things with the Cowboys sometimes that always it does them in. So, hopefully, these are things that they're working on. And again, I don't schedule these next three games because they drop one of these, division's over. I mean, absolutely, the division's over. They have got to capitalize on these next few games, and with Philly playing their next three games to close that gap, because if Philly drops one and we win all ours, I mean, the division's going to be on the line. Share of the division's going to be on the line in December. If Philly were to drop two or three, then you're talking about playing for the division lead. And then, like I said, Seattle's going to be the tricky one because Philly's got to go at Seattle after, I think it's after Dallas, which is trip, short week in a way because it's a Sunday night game they're coming off of. So there's a lot of things, a lot of football left. So that's why I tell them, calm down. Don't get all panicky. You got a lot of stuff going on. I mean, you look at the San Francisco's just reeling. They're going into Jacksonville cross country, 1 o'clock game, 10 o'clock time. That's not going to be easy for them. So we got a lot of stuff going on. So definitely looking forward to getting out at AT&T, hanging with Cowboys Nation. If you guys are going to be at the game, give your boy a holler. I'll be at Texas Live Saturday. Be watching some college football. Hopefully my Canes don't embarrass me. At least they put up a good fight. Hopefully it's a good fight. It's not something I want to lead by halftime, but not feeling good about that game. But some other big college games. So be hanging out at Texas Live. Obviously, be hanging out with tailgate a little bit, walk around, hang out at the Miller Lighthouse. So we'll be having a good time. So definitely leave you with thanking you again for hitting our goal 2,000. When we hit 5,000, we're gonna do a giveaway of some tickets, your boys' tickets to a Cowboys game next season. And you got the option. You could take me, you could take Kelly, you could take Jimmy, you take Uncle Cheech, you got anyone in the crew you could take, or you could just say, hey, what, I'm gonna take my friend, I'm gonna take my spouse, and the tickets are yours. So we'd love to give back. And really this channel is built to hang out with Cowboy fans and just talk Cowboys football. And even some of the, I've got Eagles and I've had Giants, I've had Washington fans. It's just good smack talking and good fun. So definitely appreciate all the support. Make sure if you're checking this out today, tune in tonight, 8 p.m. Central. Kelly K9, MC, they're going to be back at it. Cowboys and Chaos reunion. Unfortunately, you see where I'm at, so I'm going to be bunkered up working and doing a bunch of stuff on the West Coast. So not going to be able to make the show tonight, but you guys check it out because they're going to be great. Again, Cowboys, always appreciate the support, Cowboys Nation. We're going to get this thing going. We're going to be dropping some videos. We're going to have a good time. So have a great morning if you're catching this in the morning. Great afternoon if you're catching the afternoon. Great evening if you catch it. I'll talk to you guys.